Can we get Molly in this?
I like my hand.
Can I phone a friend? Can I phone a friend on this?
Oh, I'm cutting your head off.
Wait till you're asking Paul over here.
We're trying to get more live. But I'm going to turn it on mute.
Oh, the numbers are starting to go up, Bobby. We'll start in a second.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure I'm on there.
Okay. Let's all keep in mind that this is after training, and I looked hella good before training.
Hold on, we'll fix the cameras in a second here. All right. Hey, you got 30 people. The numbers are starting to come up. We'll start this interview in a second.
Hey,
We're going to be doing an interview tonight with ABC, Amanda Bobby Cooper, about her upcoming fight, UFC 218, from the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. We got the crew in the background. I'm going to have you guys in the shot the whole time.
the losers don't have a place to go. Eating food on the mat. We'll throw it away, Tucker.
All right, so first, Bobby, you already got over 40 people, 50 people. It's climbing right up.
Stop screaming at him, then.
Tell us about your fight, who you're competing against. You know, let's just start it off with that.
Just Google it. This is weird. I don't like this.
You're on live.
Yeah. So we're doing a Facebook Live here, just less than 2 weeks out. At camp right now, we're just, fine-tuning, going through, everything we got to get doing for this fight, fight prepping, and this is where all the fun begins. I'm really close to the fight, so, anxiety's high, excitement's high, and I'm really looking forward to December 2nd here in Detroit, Little Caesars Arena. I have not been to the Little Caesars Arena yet, so I'm really excited to put on a show there. I believe I'm one of the first fights, if not the first fight. So make sure you guys, if you're going to the Little Caesars Arena, get there fast, get there soon, get in your seats so you can watch me dominate.
And who are you competing against?
I am fighting Angela, Your Majesty Mangana, and I am so excited for this matchup. I literally picked it out of the lineup for the UFC, and I can't wait for this fight.
What are your thoughts on her as an opponent?
As an opponent, it's a little bit different. Angela is tough. She's been fighting a long time. I mean, I watched her on the first season of The Ultimate Fighter.
Oh my God, Chris.
So, I've been watching her for a long time, and is she commenting on it?
Yeah,
okay.
Where's your boyfriend? Is he getting you refreshments? Is he tall? Is he getting you Mike and Ike's? There's a whole string of comments on this.
We'll go through questions in a second for everyone that's not in this room. But, yeah, Angela's tough. She's had a lot of fights. She's very experienced, kind of why I picked the fight. I've been fighting for, 14 years, so I definitely deserve to be here. I deserve to keep climbing up the rankings, and I can't wait for this opportunity to show Detroit, show everyone what I've been doing here at SFS.
Tell us about your fight camp. Who have you had here? How's the fight camp been going? Just any thoughts on preparation leading up to this bout?
I started my first 12 weeks out of my fight camp. I flew out to Vegas to train for 2 weeks at Syndicate MMA in Las Vegas. I did some training at the PI with Aspen Ladd. And then I trained at Syndicate with Roxanne Modafferi, Jessie Jess, and Serena, Roxy's roommate. And, just great training. John Wood was there as a coach. Training with all the elite fighters, at an elite gym was awesome. And I got to come back home. And a couple weeks later, Meatball Molly McCann from England came in. She's staying with me for a month to help me. She's been helping me here for weeks preparing for my fight, staying with me, help me keep my mind on right, visualization. She's pretty much the best thing to happen to my freaking fight camp. Yeah, absolutely. And Chrissy Garr was our wrestling coach, but we talked her into fighting, so she's been here grinding out every morning and night with us as well.
That's awesome. Now, a big issue for you in the past has been you were fighting injured for a very long time, and your weight was always an issue. How is your weight? How is your body feeling going in this fight? How is ABC's physical state leading up to this?
What do you mean by weight? I don't understand what this is. Is it intervention? No.
This was on The Ultimate Fighter. Weight was difficult for you. You've always been at the top of the division weight-wise. You made big cuts. How are you feeling leading up to the fight? How are you physically?
Awesome.
How does that put
I've
you
always
mentally?
done my diets by myself because I know how I lose weight. I know what I have to eat. I know what I have to do. I always thought I was doing it perfect because I always made weight. But since I've been working with Dylan at Target Nutrition, it's changed my whole mind about, you know, what I have to do and what I need to eat, because I really did. I'm honestly used to starve myself for weeks leading out to my fight. I didn't have carbs. I didn't have fats. I literally just tried to drop weight as much as I could, but that really, you know, downed my training. I couldn't perform. I couldn't train the amount of times I'm training, you know, on a day-to-day basis. So since I've been working with Dylan, I'm blown away that I before thought I knew what I was doing, and he's taught me a whole new way of doing things, and I feel amazing. My weight is perfect. We've dropped it down perfect each week, and I'm still going to be big on fight night.
That's awesome, and that's definitely a concern that's always on a fighter's mind. So that you know, that really just puts you in a good place to get ready for the competition.
I don't need to worry about my weight right now. I just need to worry about my fight, my mind, and I'm perfect from there.
Give your thoughts on being what we do think is the first fight of the night. You know, you normally have to sit backstage, you have to wildly guess when you're going to compete, and
this is the biggest card of the UFC this year. I feel like every fight I'm so excited for. Everyone keeps talking about it. Everyone keeps, you know, messaging me about the whole fight card. So I'm excited to fight first, and I can watch the rest of the night. We're planning an after party. So after I fight, anyone that's at the arena can go out to my after party and hang out with me, meet and greet. You know, I want to see everyone. I want to see all my fans, because I haven't fought in Michigan in a long time. And definitely I'm fighting in the UFC. I mean, come on, come support me and come to my after party after.
Well, where is the after party?
We're working on that this week. Come on, that's Molly McCann's job.
No, seriously, it's either a casino, because everyone might not be 21, I didn't know if to do that, but there's a sports bar across the road which I've emailed.
Okay, all right. So the after party will still be announced.
We're gonna announce the after party, and we're gonna try to, you know, get maybe some free food, free drinks for everyone that comes in or something. We'll make it worth a while. Not that I'm already the best.
That's awesome.
There are questions.
Yeah, you know what? Anybody tuning in, we got 80-some people tuning in right now. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask Amanda Bobby Cooper about the upcoming fight.
Also, if you look at the gym's Scorpion Fighting System's address online, you can send any dessert.
Oh my God.
I'm not joking. Please send dessert to the gym, and I will eat it as soon as my fight is done.
You mean dessert post-fight?
Post-fight, yeah. Any goodies, anything you guys like to make, get a hold of me, send it my way.
Here's a question.
The team and I would really like to eat it.
Here's a question from Dan Miller. He said, do you feel a home advantage fighting at the Little Caesars Arena and being in Detroit, not having to, travel somewhere into like somebody's backyard or?
Yeah, there's two sides to it. Yeah, there's a home court advantage. I would say I'm gonna have the crowd on my side. I'm gonna have the feel. I'm gonna have the energy. Like we're big on like fighters need that. You know, once we get sub into the cage, we need all the energy we can get. So I'm gonna have everyone cheering for me, everyone rooting for me, and I'm gonna soak in that energy and let it show in my fight. And then there's also the downside of. The same thing, all the people being there, you got a lot of eyes on you, but I love pressure. I love, just fighting in front of people and putting on a show. So I'm excited for the opportunity to fight in front of all the people I care about.
You got a question from Eric, and it's he
Eric
said,
who? If it's spicy,
let's get actually it. Eric Spicy said, "What shoe size do you wear?" But I figured that's a simple one. But there was another Eric that said, there's been a lot of videos of your striking in this camp, but have you been working on your grappling? Do you feel that, like that's been a big part of your camp as well?
Absolutely. I feel like all I do is fucking wrestle with these girls. I had an interview the other day, and they asked me if I like jiu-jitsu or wrestling more, and I answered wrestling. And I thought my coach, James Gray, was going to kill me, but I think it's just because that's what I'm, my mind is focused on right now. I'm wrestling a lot. I'm doing a lot of wall work. I'm doing a lot of grappling, high intensity wrestling. So, of course, jiu-jitsu is awesome, but wrestling determines if the fight is up or down. So, I guess that'll determine where I want to finish the fight.
Eric Spicy stepped his game up by saying, "Can we have a pair of your socks?" And then he said, "Wrestling socks."
Yeah. Yes, Eric. If you sign my Abs Don't Win Fights shirt.
Oh, there we go. I'm sorry, there's a lot of questions coming in, so they're only on the screen for a second, and if she's in the middle of a question, I haven't been able to answer. So anybody else that wants to ask a question, I'll keep these going for. We'll probably do the stream for another 5 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up. Eric said thank you.
Yeah, Eric, you're the best, man. Thanks for sending me that video today, weirdo.
Devin Smith said, "How do you see yourself getting past Angela Magana?" Seriously, his serious question. He said, do you see it being on the feet? Do you see it being in the wrestling department? Do you see it being the ground and pound?
I don't think in her past fights she's been her last recent fight she's been finished. So I know it's going to be a tough fight. But I do see her fade out quick on the feet and desperately try to shoot for shots. And as my fight keeps going, I get stronger and stronger. So I see me, feeling her out, hitting her a lot with shots as she's coming in, hitting her, and I think she's going to start desperately shooting for takedowns. And I'm either going to, reverse it and take her down and finish it from there, or hopefully finish on the feet.
We got someone said, how do you feel about your cardio going into this fight?
Cardio's never really ever been an issue with me. I feel good. I mean, every fight camp, like I always have to keep it in the back of my mind that I'm cutting weight, and this isn't, my mind isn't tricking, my body isn't tricking me. But even cutting weight, maybe it's, the target nutrition that I'm on, my cardio's always been, like everyone always says, even my coaches are always amazed how good my cardio is, and I'm able to go a long time.
We got a bunch more coming in here. Devin Smith commented back and said he thinks it's a really good game plan. He thinks the wrestling will be a key factor in the fight. Christy Gar says those hair extensions, though. Who inspired you to make the transition from boxing to MMA from Alan Gilmore?
Well, my dad first found me my first cage fight. Another cool fact is when I was in high school, my high school school made all these random shirts that had I was from Bath High School, and they would make Bath ping pong, which wasn't a real thing, and they'd make Bath swimming, which we didn't have a swim team, and then they made a Bath cage fighting shirt, and I remember buying 3 of them because I wanted to wear them all the time and make people think that I was a cage fighter, which was not. I just wanted to be cool and make people think I was a cage fighter, and then probably 2 years later, my dad signed me up for my first cage fight with a week notice, and was like, I'll just see how you do, and I'm sure he regrets that every fight day, but the inspiration to keep following my dreams and keep continuing with MMA is my coach, James Gray. He will always be the person that helped me. He made me believe that I could do it. We'd watch it on TV. We'd watch The Ultimate Fighter, and he was like, "You can do that one day." We watched Invicta. You're going to be there one day, and he's the one that filled my head with the belief and the confidence that I carry on today.
Erica Artris said, "How do you feel mentally going on into this fight?" Obviously she said physically you look great, you look like you're in great shape, you said your weight's good. How do you feel mentally going into this fight?
I feel great. Obviously I've had a long time to prepare for this fight. I knew I was fighting in Detroit way before I knew even had an opponent or who my opponent was, so I've just been focusing on this fight, focusing on this date, December 2nd. Now I'm focusing on my opponent, but mentally I feel the best I have. I have the best training partners here right now. I have the best camp. I have all the best coaches. I've went to Vegas and trained. I've done all the necessary steps it takes to, do my best in this fight, and that's what, brings my confidence right now.
Someone's asking, what do you think your fight weight will be on fight night? How much weight do you usually put back on when you compete?
Usually, I think every fight day we've weighed in, I'm 129 on fight day, but I think I might be a few pounds bigger this time because of the diet that I'm having, where I'm still eating a lot and not, starving myself. I'm still being able to eat a lot and then cut my weight down.
That's awesome. All right, we'll take 2 or 3 more questions and then we'll wrap the video up. So we got to get home here.
Yes.
Most of us have been here all day. We were here first thing this morning.
The power went out this morning, so we all had to train in the dark today. Which was pretty fun, actually. We got focused and just kind of got in our own mindset. What are you laughing at?
Travis asked, have you sparred with any of the guys at the camp? Do you do sparring with guys, or do you just mainly train with the females leading up to a fight?
When I was in Vegas, I sparred with a lot of the small guys. When I'm in here, since Molly's got here, I've pretty much just been training with her and the rest of the girls here. I do spar with the guys here, but the littler guys when they're in. But since Molly got here, I pretty much just need to work with her.
What are your thoughts on the 125 division in the UFC?
My thoughts on the 120? I don't know.
Remember, they're just opening it.
They need Molly? I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
They're just opening it.
I think, didn't I read that the winner of the Ultimate Fighter show gets to fight Paige Van Zandt for the title?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Should be a good division. I'm glad they opened it up. I don't really have anything else to say.
Yeah. Someone asked, what's your dream fight? If you could compete against anybody, dream fight for you, what is it?
A dream fight for me. I don't really have
Angela
one.
Magana, cherry picked.
I did, yeah. That was my dream fight. Cherry picked Angela Magana. That was the one I wanted to fight. I know, but I don't really have. There's a ton of girls in the division. I don't have beef with anyone, or I'm just not someone that I need to fight or need revenge on. So I'm Angela McDonough.
So at this point, Rose Namajunas might be the dream fight because she's the one that currently resides at the top.
Yeah. It's always the dream fight. We got you to watch her.
We'll take 2 last questions. Anyone that puts something out, two more. No, I said we'll do a couple more minutes. We've been here all day. All right, let's see.
Go green. Go white. Go home.
All right, people are just kind of like giving you support.
Right,
you got
that's
this
good.
ABC.
That's awesome.
The background is sick. You got this. So proud of you. All right, we'll wrap it up here.
We're going to be doing some Facebook Lives at Fight Week when I'm, training sessions. I'm going to post some Facebook Lives of us getting our workouts in, how my weight's going along. I just want to thank everyone for the support and love, and please come out and watch me if you can. If not, I believe I'm on the Fight Pass prelims, and stay tuned for the after party. I want to see people, even if you're not going to fight. If it's too expensive or whatnot, just come out. Enjoy the town of Detroit.
All right, we'll wrap it up with that. This is Amanda Bobby Cooper, ABC Nation, UFC 218, Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. Thank you guys for tuning in.